Browns urged to draft defensive player compared to Troy Polamalu. Cleveland Browns have been heavily linked to picking a wide receiver and offensive line help with their 2 first-round picks, but that may change. Cleveland needs to address its offense in the draft, but the team could also look to bolster its defense. NFL draft analyst Ryan Wilson of CBS went on 92.3 The Fan and urged the Browns to draft Caleb Downs with the 6th overall pick if he's there, as he compared Downs to Hall of Famer Troy Polamalu. "I'd take him," Wilson said on Friday. "I've been talking about this for the last few weeks, now that we are fully in draft mode. He reminds me a lot of Troy Polamalu. I say that, saying I know he's not Troy Polamalu, but if he's 60% of Troy Polamalu, he's worth a top 10 pick. He's special." Wilson believes Downs has the chance to be the best defensive player in the draft and someone the Browns can build their defense around. Cleveland already has a star pass rusher in Myles Garrett and would then have a star player in the secondary to build around. Downs played the last 2 years at Ohio State after 1 season at Alabama. Last season, he recorded 68 tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, and an interception. When is Downs expected to be drafted? Downs is one of the top-ranked prospects heading into the 2026 NFL Draft, and he may be off the board before the Browns pick at 6. ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr. has Downs ranked as his 6th best prospect heading into the draft. The Athletic have Downs ranked as the 4th-ranked prospect ahead of the draft. Meanwhile, NFL.com's Dan Parr did have Cleveland take Downs with the 6th overall pick, instead of going the usual OL or WR pick. Cleveland could pick a wide receiver or offensive lineman here. There are more than enough needs to go around. But in this scenario, the Browns reinforce their strength on the defensive side of the ball. Downs becomes a versatile enforcer on the back end, Parr wrote. Downs would be a day 1 starter for the Browns and further bolster one of the best defensive units in the NFL. Who are the Browns' safeties? Cleveland's starting 2 safeties are Ronnie Hickman and Grant Delpit, but Hickman is a pending RFA. Hickman is 24 years old and signed with Cleveland after going undrafted. Yet, Downs would be a massive upgrade over him. Delpit, meanwhile, is entering the final year of his deal, so Cleveland needs to find more long-term answers at safety. Hickman played well last season as he recorded 103 tackles and 2 interceptions last season as he played well for Cleveland. Delpit, meanwhile, recorded 89 tackles and an interception last season. Cleveland likes their defense. The Browns' offense has been an issue for the team, and Cleveland is expected to upgrade it this offseason. Browns general manager Andrew Berry said he likes the young defense and can build around it. Coming out of 2025, the first thing we wanted to do is say, okay, where are we from a team standpoint? Where are we from a roster standpoint? And we looked at it and we said, hey, we're coming out of 2025. We have the 8th youngest defense in terms of experience. A group that's very complete at all 3 levels and that we feel really good about, Berry said. In the great chill of a Lake Erie morning, the future of the Cleveland Browns feels suspended in debate. The city has grown used to draft season arguments, wide receiver or offensive line, flash or protection, immediate fireworks or long-term stability. With 2 first-round picks looming in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Browns have been widely projected to chase offensive reinforcements. The logic is simple: score more points, protect the quarterback, fix what faltered. But sometimes, revolutions begin on the other side of the ball. On a recent appearance on 92.3 The Fan, CBS draft analyst Ryan Wilson made a case that cut against convention. If safety Caleb Downs is available at number 6, Wilson said, Cleveland should run the card to the podium. I'd take him, Wilson declared. Then came the comparison, bold, almost sacred in NFL circles. Downs, he said, reminds him of Troy Polamalu. It's the kind of name that changes the temperature of a room. Polamalu, the Hall of Famer whose instincts seemed supernatural, was not just a safety. He was disruption embodied. Hair flying, timing immaculate, he turned chaos into choreography. To invoke his name is to suggest more than athleticism. It suggests feel, anticipation, a sixth sense for the game's invisible geometry. Wilson was quick to temper the weight of it. Downs isn't Polamalu, he acknowledged. But if he's even 60% of that presence, he's worth a top 10 pick. And that's where the Browns' dilemma sharpens. Cleveland already boasts a generational pass rusher in Myles Garrett, a player who bends offensive schemes to his will. Pairing Garrett's edge dominance with a roaming, instinctive safety on the back end could create a defensive axis few teams could match. Pressure up front, erasure behind it. Downs' resume suggests he might be that connective force. After a freshman season at Alabama, he transferred to Ohio State, where over the last 2 years he built a reputation as a relentless, versatile defender. Last season alone, 68 tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles. Numbers that hint at productivity but not fully at presence. He plays downhill with urgency, yet glides in coverage with composure. He can patrol deep zones, slide into the slot, blitz off the edge. In an era where offensive coordinators weaponize space, versatility is currency. Downs trades in it. Draft boards across the league reflect that value. Mel Kiper Jr. has ranked him as his 6th best overall prospect. The Athletic lists him even higher at 4th. And on NFL.com, Dan Parr projected Cleveland selecting Downs at number 6, reinforcing strength rather than chasing need. It's a philosophical fork in the road. The Browns' offense has been uneven, at times sputtering under pressure. Logic says protect the quarterback, give him weapons, smooth out inefficiencies. But General Manager Andrew Berry has spoken openly about his belief in the defense's foundation. Coming out of 2025, Berry noted Cleveland had one of the youngest defenses in the league, a unit he described as very complete at all 3 levels. That confidence matters, because drafting Downs wouldn't be about patching a weakness. It would be about doubling down on identity. Currently, the Browns' safety room includes Ronnie Hickman and Grant Delpit. Hickman, just 24, tallied 103 tackles and 2 interceptions last season after entering the league undrafted. Delpit added 89 tackles and a pick of his own, but he's entering the final year of his deal. Stability at the position is not guaranteed. Downs would not merely compete, he would likely start from day one. Imagine it. Garrett collapsing pockets, quarterbacks forced into hurried throws, only to find a safety closing space like a trapdoor. A defense that doesn't just stop drives but flips them. Momentum, once elusive in Cleveland, suddenly tilting. There's also something poetic about the idea. The Browns have long been defined by hope deferred, seasons that begin with promise and end in recalibration. Offense has often been the obsession, the presumed cure. But some of the league's most enduring contenders are built on defense, on the certainty that no matter the scoreboard, they can impose their will. Polamalu once gave Pittsburgh that certainty. His presence alone altered game plans. If Downs carries even a fraction of